Together we'll conquer, no limits apply. Eclipse rising, shining so bright. With delusion leading, we'll conquer the night. Together we stand, in battles we fight. In MU Dark Epoch, our future is right.
What is going on, everybody? I am Delusions, and today I am sick, but for different reasons. Okay, so I'm not sick of the game just yet. Still have a lot of new stuff coming through, which leads us to right here and right now. Um, we've got some big updates that have been implemented into the game as of the maintenance end yesterday, and it is now officially active going into today's reset. But we're going to take a quick look over the patch notes and then we'll dive in and start talking more about the features that came along with it. So as you all know, we've been begging and pleading to try to get more server mergers happening, and it looks like they are finally stepping this up, moving on to another server cluster and starting to merge all of those. So who's going to be affected? What's going to come with it? Where do we go from here? That's what I'm here to provide for you. So once these servers do merge, then you will be able to start collecting all of your resources and doing everything that you need to do, whether you're trying to restructure your guild or everything like that. But one of the big key things is if you've got a very unique name that you know that somebody else in another server has, you may want to go ahead and start trying to come up with something different. Because if you are not the host server and all of the other servers merge into yours and there are duplicate names, well, your name's getting reset. They will send you a name change card in the mail. Um, but again, as unfortunate as it may be, you're going to have to pick a new name. Um, now, once the mergers are finalized for your server cluster, there is going to be a small event that takes place that's going to give you a daily top-up reward. Usually not something that is super significant, but it is something nonetheless. Um, you from right here, it looks like it's just going to be some eagle materials. And then you're going to be able to start collecting some additional drops from bosses for this related event. And those being the foo characters or FU characters, depending on if you want to use that as an acronym or not. You know, it's all justifiable at this point. Um, and another big thing, is once everything is finalized, um, all of your guild rankings will reset. It doesn't matter if you are S rank, it doesn't matter if you are D rank. Um, everything is going to be reset. Everybody's on the same playing field. And then afterwards, you will get your first castle siege, which typically is going to be on a Sunday. Um, and you're going to be able to take part in the first one. And just like from when we very first started the game, you're going to have that ability to figure out who is going to take some of those top spots. Now, that being said, the servers that are going to be merging, all of Noria, it seems like, as well as all of Dungeon. So there is going to be a lot of level gap, I would say. Uh, Looking at all of these, I know that some of these are under-leveled compared to some, so hopefully they make things a little bit easier to be able to catch up. I've heard some that have had, 10 level differences, which is not super crazy, but then there's been some that have had 75 to 100 level difference, and it really creates a hierarchy for the worse off, I guess you could say. Um, Now, everything else that came along with this March 31st maintenance update, the corpse system. So this has been something that everybody has been begging for. They've been wondering when it's coming. MU Archangel got this quite a bit earlier than what we did. But again, these things take time to implement. So hopefully it's able to provide everything that we had hoped on. Um, but with that, it came with a lot of different things. Okay. So not only are you going to be able to participate in your corpse daily events, which is similar to what the guild quests are going to be, which, spoiler alert, you got to choose one or the other. It's either you do this one or you do that one. Um, and it's going to be structured the same. Um, you're also going to be able to go through and take on some little mini bosses for some additional rewards as well. And those rewards are going to be pretty nice from what I hear. Um, Corpse Gathering, just like you do in Chrysos, where you go and you can either pick up the crown or the orb. You can do the same thing here, except it's going to be an aquamarine crown or an aquamarine pearl. You get two chances, again, just like um, you do in Chrysos. But there's also going to be more extensive battles that are going to be taking place in the corpse area, that being the Demon Ruler raid. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you're going to get these phantoms that are going to be carrying all various types of loot. You go out and whatever corpse that ranks the highest in damage gets to be spoiled with rewards. Um, These events are probably going to take roughly 15 minutes, depending on how large your server is, especially for those that are getting mergers. You don't want to miss this because it's going to be a huge PvP, PvE kind of slaughter fest that's going to be taking place, especially with everybody being introduced to this at the same time. Everybody is going to want these rewards for their guild. Um, so making sure that you're there is pretty crucial. But not only that, you've got conquest battles. So for all of those that have been really wanting more PvP engagements, um, now you're looks like you're going to be getting it. So these Legion invasions are going to be just one-on-one battles. So it's going to be, in my opinion, I haven't got to experience this yet, but I picture these as being more structured around either a loop recall scenario or it's going to be something that's going to be just like your regular arena seasons. I don't feel like these are going to be live matches to where everybody else can just turn around and watch. But then again, I could be wrong. I do know that this mythical beast system is going to be coming through, and it's going to be right around um, that master level 160, like it says here, which translates into what, 560, close to 600. And then it's going to be able to give you some nice little bonuses from there. Everyone that has gotten through Rebirth 7 or level 700 will unlock the first earring equipment slots. Uh, no clue what this is. I'm assuming it's going to be something similar to your necklaces since it's going to be found in the reputation shop. Um, so curious to see how all that plays out. Are we going to have to backtrack through all of our sets, or is it going to continue from level 700 and beyond? Um, Now, wing runes. So if you've noticed that wings are the only items in our gear slots that cannot take runes, well, now they can. So we'll have to figure out where these wing runes are going to be coming from. My guess is it's going to be something that's going to be tied into the corpse system, and be able to take advantage of that. Now, I was able to log in just for a little bit to kind of check things out, kind of work on my dailies, because to be honest, I forgot all about this. Um, but Gold commissions are finally here. And guess what? You don't have to be level 9,999 to be able to take advantage of it. I want to say that as soon as I logged on, I was free to just use the commission system as I pleased. Um, so I think that that is going to be really fun, but it's also going to cut your playtime down drastically because you're not having to go out and spend 10 to 15 minutes or 20 minutes doing all of your daily bounties or your daily quest or bounty quest, however they want to call them, and spending all of those time just stuck doing nothing anyways. Um, Mysterious Merchant updates, as always, new stock coming every Wednesday. So hopefully keep your fingers crossed for all of those class change cards that we all know that we need. And pray that you get them before level 700. Then just your normal server launch events, so your Lich Prime costumes that everybody should have at this point. If not, feel free to start up a new character to see what that's like, or ask somebody to show you in game. Beast Blessing for Panda Pan Pan. Um, Decent mount. The stats are a little bit lackluster, but going into a fresh server, you can't really complain too much with it. That being said, big updates on the delusion side. So I am currently in progress of making the biggest game guide that MU Dark Epoch has seen. Um, we are still a little ways out for the team that I have put together to help me with this, um, but keep an eye out for it within the next, I would say, week or so. I'm hoping to have things finalized by the midweek, so should be able to have something to release a little later. But with that, I am Delusions, and I am out.
So raise your sword high, let's claim our fame. With every boss fallen, we'll carve our name.